this is Allie from Kidzu. I am here today at the Carborough Family Garden, and today I'm going to show you how to press flowers and leaves. And pressing flowers and leaves means that we're going to pick some plants. We got a few different choices today, and we're going to press them in a book for a little while, and you're going to end up with something like this. So pressed flat plants that you can use to make art. Materials you will need for pressing plants are, of course, some plants to pick, and you must make sure that you always have permission to pick from wherever you are picking them from. You're going to need some scissors or clippers to cut your plants with, and it helps to have a bucket of water just to keep your plants fresh until you're ready to take them inside and press them. And for later, you are also going to need a book to press them in. Okay, so let's find some plants to press. Right here I have some coneflower. They are beautiful, but they're not really that great for pressing. See how thick and fat they are? That would be pretty hard to press flat into a book. We can do some plants that are slightly bulky, and I'll show you how to do that later. But let's start with something a little flatter. So something like these it's called coreopsis or tick seed. I'm going to pick a few of those. And when you're picking flowers, you don't want to cut it off right there, because you want to have a little bit of a stem on there too. So cut it down a little bit further, and you can even try to get some of these leaves in here too. You can press the leaves, not just the flowers. So there's one. I'm going to put that in my bucket. And one thing you want to keep in mind is you don't want your plants to be really wet when you're picking them. So not if it's raining or just after it's rained, because they might get moldy when you go to press them if you do that. I'm going to just grab a few leaves too, okay? And I'm going to press these leaves. Okay. So we're going to try cutting some of these small little flowers. It's actually arugula. It's a type of lettuce, and we're going to try pressing those. They kind of look like buttercups. And actually in the springtime, buttercups are great for pressing. And they're basically growing like weeds, so there's a lot of them around. Same thing with violets in the springtime. Nice little flat flowers are perfect for that. Let's put that in our bucket. So we have some black-eyed Susan here, and this is one of those kind of flowers that is a little bit bulky. You can see it's kind of fat there, but you can pick off the petals and press them separately. Now, not everyone has a beautiful flower garden like this, but that's okay. You don't need that to press flowers. I've got an example here, something you can press. Clover. It grows like a weed. You probably have it growing somewhere in your neighborhood. It's great for pressing. It looks wonderful. Leaves can be pressed. Here's an example of some leaves that would look really lovely pressed. And you can also do ferns. Grasses are also great for pressing, and they make a nice background to your flowers. Okay, we are ready to start pressing. Here's the book that we're going to use. It's pretty big and heavy, and if you don't have a big heavy book, you can use a thinner book. Then you'll just have to stack some other books or other heavy things on top. I've got some paper towel just so I can make sure my plants are extra dry, and scissors if I need to cut my plants to a smaller size. Okay, let's get started. What do you want to start with?
This.
The clover?
Yeah.
That's a good choice, because clover is something that everyone can find in their yard or on the street. All right, see how I'm soaking off the extra water there just so it's nice and dry. All right, what are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna just lay it out like this, and it's gonna be really flat as it can get.
As flat as it can get, excellent.
And so I think it's good.
Yeah. So we're using just some scrap computer paper. If you have tissue paper or parchment paper, that works really well too, but regular paper is also okay.
But this is
okay, and we want to make sure our plants are all the way inside the paper.
Okay.
Okay, so let's kind of do that. So basically make a little sandwich here. Let's make a little sandwich. Great. And then we got our big book.
You're going to press it in.
Yeah, so you just kind of want to make it so your plants aren't shifting around while you put it in there. Good job. I'll hold it flat while you close it. There. So this is Black-Eyed Susan. Now this is one of those ones that's kind of fat. So see how it's a bit fat here? So what we're going to do here is something different. We're going to pick off all the petals. We're going to try to pick them off like close to the base. You do that one, I'll do this one. Perfect. And we're gonna put the petals, we're gonna press those petals separately. So we're gonna put them on here, okay? See that? All right, so let's just arrange them. You don't want any overlapping because they might stick together. So you're going to arrange them so they're not touching each other. Okay. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to do this one on a separate page. Now, it is kind of fat, but I think it'll still work. So let's put that, we should be able to put that in there. Don't pull it, we don't need to pull it off. We'll just put it like that. And we'll just try to make those leaves sort of nice and flat so they're not twisted on the side. So this is some grass I was talking to you about. This one's called Japanese stilt grass. It is a weed. You could find this growing all over the place. And it makes a nice little background, especially if you wanted to like make it look like you had a bouquet with some flowers in the front and some grass in behind. Okay. So once your flowers are in the book, you're going to want to leave them in there for at least 2 weeks. Okay, so now we are going to make some art with what I had pressed a few weeks ago. So I can show you some examples. I think I mentioned ferns earlier, and they are really great for pressing. Look at that. So you could put that on just like a piece of paper and then put it in a frame or on a card. I think that looks really nice. So here we have some Black-Eyed Susan petals that I had done before. So that's like the one we had just done. Okay, so here's the other part of that Black-Eyed Susan. That's the thick part there. And then here's the petals. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it back together. So you could glue down your Black-Eyed Susan and then glue the petals around. And I did the exact same thing with another kind of flower called Cosmos. Same idea. Those are the petals. So it was kind of a pale purple color. And I also have some of this Japanese stilt grass that I just showed you. This one's all dried. And this is some more leaves that had a really interesting shape. What do you want to do, sweetheart? Sure. So now your flower, make sure you give yourself some room for the petals to fit around your flower. So you can always cut it, you can just snip off that little bit if you want. Put some glue there and glue that down. Now sometimes, especially if your hands start getting a little bit sticky with the glue, you might want to use some tweezers to help with the really delicate stuff. So they're going to stick out of this flower just like the rays of a sun. Oh, good job. So Mallory's done our Black-Eyed Susan, and you could try the same thing with the Cosmos if you'd like. Yeah. So I'm kind of going for an all foliage look, all leaves. Beautiful. I love how you put the Cosmos petals around this one. That looks excellent. This is the one I showed earlier, and we're going to try to laminate this later and turn it into a bookmark. These are 4-leaf clovers that Mallory's brother found a few months ago. Thanks for watching our video. If you want to learn more about gardening, you can go to our Junior Gardeners website on the Kidzu at Home website. We also have a Gorgeous Gardens Discovery Pack that you can check out at our website as well. Bye!